Hi. Just kind of walked in on me. I've been, trying to, as I said before, make this thing have the light out the front permanently, because this would make a very good Nerf flashlight. Because it's very bright. Yeah, it's green, but, oh well. Good. As you can see, it is kind of a diffused bulb, but, like, point at the point at my face. I mean, it doesn't diffuse that quickly. It's a short range bulb, but it has a wide glow. So I'm going to be sitting here disassembling this for the next few minutes. But we don't need anything on the outside of this. We just need what's in here. We need this outer ring. How are we going to get it? Well, start off, unscrew every single screw that is on this thing. And it may be a bit difficult because they use thread lock on these blaster parts. So if you need to, use a wrench. Use a ratchet wrench with an attachment so that you can use screwdriver bits. Also, it's probably a better idea to use a magnetic screwdriver, but I'm poor and I can't afford a magnetic screwdriver. You just want to, most people will have a screwdriver. Uh, if you need, I believe this is an M8? I don't know. Either way, the medium screwdriver. It's probably one of the most average size screwdrivers on the market. It's smaller than the I don't know the exact size. Alright, this is not a professional modder doing this. This is an idiot in a Nirvana shirt sitting in front of a TV hooked up to a PC and a Roku stick. Alright, two screws out. I've actually taken out a few of the screws on this thing already, so uh, okay, well, looks like I'm just gonna have to jam these into the holes and it slides around smoothly. Then I'll know that I'm in the right hole. Pause. I could say that's what she said, but that's normally what the dude says. If you're having goddamn. Alright, well. Come on. For some reason that screw just isn't coming out. Let me see if I can wrench this thing in half. Okay, there's one screw here. Okay, there's a screw here and a screw here. This might permanently damage the attachment if you're using this exact one that I'm doing it on, but yeah, this might get a bit boring because, all I'm doing for the disassembly is yapping while the screwdriver's doing its thing. Also, have you guys seen Doctor Who? I've been watching the new series. I watched the old series a while ago. Just, I had some free time to burn. So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch Doctor Who. It used to be free on YouTube. Now it costs, like, I think it's 12. Alright. I got the back lug out. Looks like that. And you just slide it onto the front. And see, it pushes down that button, so now. And if you want to attach something, just remove the lug. And I mean, this is, I'm sure, still worked for something. Oh, bitch. I'm kind of peeling this thing apart. It's probably going to break. There it goes. This used to be a battery compartment, but they remolded it. What I am doing here is Now we have a completely, you know, pretty much unmolested Nerf barrel. And, a couple shroud pieces. And what was at one point a button that does literally jack shit now. But that was really it. And this was what locked it into place. It would go, right? You see this little peg here? Right here. And now it's buried in the chair. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me just show you guys what it looks like. So, normally, with this little adapter. And I know you guys are probably going to say, ooh, it's edited. No, because if you look up close at the barrel, you see this little black nub. You think, oh, that's the locking nub. Wait, the locking nub is on barrels, not more often than not on the blaster. This interfaces with any Nerf locking lug. That's why it's so close to the barrel. And it makes it so that the light shines out that to illuminate the Ghost Ops barrels, like 3 or 4 that they made. I think this one came with like a suppressor. Kind of like the one that comes with a Makarov. So let me show you what that interface is with. See this little button? Here, you depress that, it comes out the barrel. You take a little lug. I used to have an older one. They all look like this or something like this, but they all are a separate piece. Unless you can tell it's a solid piece. Most of the time, though, the lug is a separate piece because they mold billions of them to use on billions of blasters. Now just slide her on. You can actually slide it on omnidirectional. So if you wanted to, you could do that, and when you want the light to be on, you just flip it and lock it, and then boom. Let's just give this a little test on how bright the light is. So I'm going to turn off the light real quick, and I'm going to give it a bloody go. Alright, well, brace yourselves, because it's going to be dark. Doo-doo-doo. A little bit of light that you guys get. Alright. Look at this. Wow, look at that. Wow, look. That is actually really interesting. It's like oval shaped. Because the thing is, it's 2 bulbs. But yeah, that is definitely a good flashlight bulb. I'm not just gonna turn on this. This is like what I would say the emergency light is. The interface is really weird with orange. Hold on, remember that one? Hello? Is this helping? This is Morse code for ah! Remember from that one Markiplier video? Now, I'm gonna do some explaining on why would one do such a thing. Again, flavor of the day is still Bloom. I'm still drinking the same thing that I made earlier because I'm trying to stay up all night. Well, for one, the official Nerf flashlights are dog water. They are absolutely, they're just garbage. They diffuse too quickly, which that does too, but also they don't go as far. They're a very short range bulb. And if you want an actual good flashlight, with haptic, you either get a expensive ass helmet or body mount, or you buy an official Nerf mount or a knockoff Nerf mount, both of which are also expensive as shit. So this is really your only option for that blaster. And that, I think all the Ghost Ops blasters have that, which I think there's 3. So in other words, you have 3 choices if you want to do that. Also, I look like Freddie Mercury from Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's really fucking with me. Anyway, have a good day. Goodbye.